They
Let's
also
go,
have
bro.
the
Game
capacity
kedua.
to do so as well. Catching
Papara
AURORA is going to be a
Supermassive
tough task
versus
that Papara Supermassive needs to figure out the way to do.
Well, game number 2,
Kita lihat aja
Battlefield's
guys ya.
already. The players are feeling happy as we're jumping in down. Papara Supermassive one game away from a clean sweep against one of the top touted teams in the world, and TURKIYE has to find it in themselves to be able to come back from that loss earlier. So how is this gonna go? You have the duo Lovebirds down the mid side for Papara Supermassive, but it's gonna be difficult to throw on that Curse of Blood.
Yeah. That and also this Sicilian pick kind of works exactly somewhat like a Xavier when you're up against a Dusin. You have generally longer range compared to a Dusin. So Dusin, like Yehescu is going to struggle a little bit just getting close to After Dark, and every time you get into range, you're going to get pulled back by Sanguine Claw. Good force of the Purify by Fabian, so After Dark will need to be a bit more careful right now that Witty is around.
Yeah, no Purify at all. After Dark caught out and disintegrated. TURKIYE picks up that first kill.
Not really sure if Wasa made the call out to his team that Edith was missing, because they did have to commit a flicker, so can't really blame After Dark for dying. But Liquid ID, you can see the adjustments already. They want to shut down Sicilian and make sure that he doesn't get much going.
Wasa misses the fist crack, but that onward forces Wasa to use that flicker out of the way. But here comes Moji, runs down low, no onward for him. Might not be able to have enough damage as well, but they touch and they go. Around living with a sliver. As Fabian takes down Bloodsfet on that back line, unable for Papara Supermassive to be able to protect the Carmilla.
Wait, did Moji not have Shadow Q? Why didn't he commit it? He spent time auto-attacking around to stack the passive and he just backs off? Maybe his Shadow was running out, so he caused the death of Bloodsfet, which is pretty odd. The turtle should be secured by TURKIYE. Fabian is up 2-0. You don't really want to fight him. Papara Supermassive will have to play from behind a little bit.
Yeah, it really does not feel good if you're playing the back foot, especially in 2 minutes of the game. As Bloodsfet coming in, uses the Cyclone Eye and onwards onto Moji. He will get taken down. He might be able to get that Shadow out of the way, but Team Liquid ID ramping up the aggression in game number 2. 3 kills to none for Papara Supermassive. Might not be able to find anything as Wasa tries his desperate best to be able to find a loose member. But I do want to pick your brains just a little bit. Fabian does have a lot of damage. Speaking of which, going in for that top side.
Satu hit ya, elah mati. Nggak dapat. Ya elah. All in-nya kebanyakan.
Will eventually go down by the hands of Aranzo. Bloodsfet there.
Kebanyakan
but we're only trapped one.
Malah rugi, bro.
Well. So 1-1, but it's not a very good trade for Papara Supermassive, losing out Xiao. A little bit slow on that rotation.
Not too bad. Xiao actually got a trade kill onto Witty, so I mean, still some goal. Ideally, you don't want to go down, but Xiao stayed alive longer than he should have been and allowed backup to come in and take a run out. So in hindsight, it's actually a 1-for-2 trade. Wasa almost gets the full plating down bottom. You know what? It's actually not too bad for Papara Supermassive, right? Like TURKIYE, when you stick together as a team of 5, you're sharing experience, you're sharing goal. But the fact that Papara Supermassive is trading upwards makes it not good for TURKIYE. Like you allow Wasa to recover in lane despite him being behind, and Moji also gets to recover a little bit. Liquid ID, they gotta be a bit smarter with these rotations, right? Sticking together as 5 isn't gonna cut it.
But it's sort of like a taste of their own medicine. Lose out on the side wave turrets, but you win out on a lot of the team fights and try to get one member down, especially before that next turtle spawns up. But the Jawhead dealing a lot of work, trying to identify a little bit of situation down the bush. Will get taken out by Moji though. Aran next on a chopping block, but will not be able to get taken down. He's got a Primal Wrath, taking down that Carmilla. Bloodsfet goes down as well as Team Liquid ID tries to get a little bit of consolation prize before this turtle take.
Okay, so they trade roamers. Wasa needs to be very careful. If Aran flips him, he's straight up dead.
Oh, a little bit too soon though. Moji take a little bit too much damage. We'll get that Shadow out of the way, but it's a little bit too close for comfort there, Husky.
Holy cow, that crossbow. If that was a heavy crossbow crit or something, he would have straight up died. Moji getting away. Should be able to get the buff and recall. Good attempt on the turtle steal. They didn't really lose anything much. TURKIYE only has a 1k gold lead. Papara Supermassive goes for the reset down bottom as well. Bloodsfet on the top side. Still gets the gold crab. So all things considered is pretty good. The only person suffering right now is the guy who was keeping Papara Supermassive in the game in game 1, and that is After Dark. He needs some time. Liquid ID making them move topside again, but Papara Supermassive, they know it this time. They know that TLID, they're not on the map again. They're definitely going to be going topside because Moji is blocking bot.
Joget is so disruptive, especially in all these team fights, but eventually he lost his life in the second turtle down the dot bush, but it doesn't really matter because the damage was done by him. Conceal play over After Dark, tries to push him back out of the way. The backup won't come fast enough. You got the Curse of Blood only landing on the head skill, but it's not enough. You got Shiki in the middle of the crossfire, saving Witty, sacrificing your own gold laner for that, for the roam. It doesn't really matter as of now, but man, that was a huge blunder, Husky.
That was an absolute huge blunder. You know what hurts the most? After Dark didn't even have to use his Purify for that. Like, Witty went in so deep. He went in so deep. Aaron Shiki popped sprint and committed, and he got sold by his roamer. Now Xiao got the Sky Piercer, and he gets the top tier 1. This is disastrous for TLID. But the contingency plan is to play the sideways like they did in game 1. They play sideways in the bottom where Fabian creating pressure, but again, they gotta be a bit smarter with these moves. You can't just keep trading like this.
You split up all these team fights. You've got a Lantern onto After Dark, getting pulled back into the onward. Will not be able to survive that one as Aaron Shiki picks up another kill from After Dark. The turtle already spawned up, but Papara Supermassive yet again playing and defending those side lane split pushes. I think this is going to be one of their downfalls unless Bloodspat lands a huge Curse of Blood. So far, I don't see any chain members getting locked up by that curse.
Yeah, but it is a big deterrent in these team fights. I gotta say, After Dark, I just praised him for not having to use Purify, and then he uses it wrongly against the Juicy Lid. You have to use it the moment you get lifted up. But clearly, he's late on the trigger finger, ends up going down when he didn't need to. So they lost pressure topside. Top tier 1 goes down, mid turret gets destroyed, gets damaged. They lose the turtle too. And Liquid ID, they get almost a 2k net worth gain just off of that one sequence.
Yeah, doesn't look good, especially in the bottom side. Fabian's all alone and getting stunned up, but Papara Supermassive will make quick work of that T1 as the rest of TLID come in to block off the approach coming in. Xiao getting caught in a little bit, onward onto him. Xiao forced to use that flicker out of the way. The Curse of Blood lands on 3, but it's not enough damage as of now. Papara Supermassive will be able to escape for now as Moji taking a little bit too much damage as well. And TLID lives to sing a song another day.
Wow, actually all of them got out. Very good for Papara Supermassive. They will lose bot tier 2 though. Not really what they want, but this is the situation that they found themselves in game 1 where they were kind of losing on the macro side. Although this time they did keep the holy defense alive. Wasa making it to the wait in time. Liquid ID, you can see the idea of this draft, they're playing really fast. That's something that we pointed out after looking at the draft. But Papara Supermassive, they're trying to keep up, but they just don't have the resistance.
Bloodspat annihilated After Dark. Next on the chopping block, Moji able to use that shadow to dash out away into your Hescu though. He's getting pulled back into the fray. And Papara Supermassive loses 3 members. Xiao Wasa all alone left to defend as 15 seconds till the next Lord spawns up. TLID, this is the signs of life. This is what the TLID that we remember.
Papara Supermassive needs to start understanding that TLID, when they play together as 5, they are deadly. This is a death ball comp, just like what Papara Supermassive did in game 1, but has so much loaded damage and catch, right? Something that Papara Supermassive they aren't really equipped to deal with. Who is going to stop a run or Witty from flickering onto the face? Literally no one. And whoever gets caught just straight up dies. So Papara Supermassive, they gotta turtle a little bit, get that stack to Sicilian, get this Granger online even more before considering fighting TLID head on.
This is really tricky because it's all scripted onto Papara Supermassive's advantage, right? Because as long as they defend, Bloodspat can land a nice Curse of Blood. You got a nice Winter Crown right there for your Hesskill. Get onto that Shadow. The Shadow kill will take him out in the end.
Very well done.
TLID loses 1 member. Very well done by Moji.
Yeah. Good stuff from Witty also, tossing the cannon minion right in front of the inhibitor to break that holy defense. So it's gonna... So it means that this Lord is going to come in at full health and no one is stopping him. But again, you have a Sicilian. The defense is pretty solid with the wave clear. Sicilian and Ranger, not the easiest one to break through. So Lord will be taken care of. Bottom wave cleared out by Moji. Oracle picked up by Wasa too. Haven't yet seen him make a big play with the fist crack flicker, but so far Papara Supermassive holding up pretty well.
Yeah, Team Liquid ID not making it easy for Supermassive. They know that Carmela's in play. They know that they can't stick together as much as they want to. But it's the only way that they can win, right? It's only team fights for Team Liquid ID, as much as Papara Supermassive is very well drafted for a defensive approach. When you come a little bit closer, you coagulate together, that's the curse of luck linking everyone up. I think they're waiting for that right opportunity, but their luck might run out soon.
It's a draft that you need to keep on going. You need to keep on stepping on the gas to make sure that you always have a man advantage in these team fights. That's how Liquid ID has been winning fights, right? Isolate the target, making sure that they always have a man advantage. Now they're trying that. What is a trick shot and what the hell was that?
AURORA with their combo though, physical defense nowhere to be seen, immediately annihilating after dark. But now TURKIYE has the upper hand. You got the fat wave pushing in as well as Witty tries to push them all aside. Without the Sicilian, it might really break that Camel's back.
Yeah. Personally, would have expected the damage to be that devastating. But they did clear the mid wave, so Holy Shield will stand for now. After Dark is coming back. They should be able to defend this.
Good immortality already built by Witty. They will have that discipline to back out of the way, knowing that Sicilian is right there. After Dark doesn't want to mess with. You don't want to mess with After Dark in this case, but now 30 seconds until the Lord spawns up. What's the play for Team Liquid ID to break through the defenses that Papara Supermassive has built?
I think you get Lord, right? The next Lord is going to be your key in breaking inhibitors and really getting a good grasp of the macro control. Papara Supermassive, they neutralize all the waves, in fact. So all the waves are resetted. Here comes Conceal.
Conceal. They spotted Witty. They will let him go for now. This was a little bit more premature, so no more Conceal play, no more aggressive approaches from Papara Supermassive. 7,000 gold behind. Seeping into 8. Do you think it's wise for Papara Supermassive to be able to contest for this one? Yes, they do have the Hayabusa, but you've seen what happened in the second turtle of today's game, where he just dashes in. The onward was there to just lock him out.
I think they had the same thought as you as well, right? Top wave was set up by AURORA, so they had to deal with it and they understood that there's no point contesting. They just have the turtle. Ryan actually committing the flicker to try and catch Moji, but missing the Earth Shatter, so that's flicker down for 2 minutes. Moji, I think, still got his purple buff, thankfully. Fabian getting the Queen's Wings, a bit more durable. Lord will come in top side. That should break the inhibitor.
Bloodspet getting a little bit more intel, but even the Carmela alone can't defend against the damage coming in from AURORA. So the Erythal is going to be a very, very big problem as of now. But Papara Supermassive, if they manage to find AURORA out of any of these team fights, any of these engages as the Lord marching down that top side, they might be able to find a win. So Conceal play by Witty, going into Bloodspet, throws up Moji in underneath the turret. Moji going down low, the Curse of Blood lands on the turret, lost them all taking down AURORA. That's their window of opportunity as Papara Supermassive needs to retreat, take down that Lord first before any approach, buys himself some time. But with that, the goal lead has diminished. It's not by much, but enough to keep them afloat for now. A little bit premature, a little bit too gung-ho by Witty.
You know what? I think it's probably planned. You know, they throw bodies to take an inhibitor. I feel like that inhibitor take was guaranteed anyways. You look at this replay, right? Clearly down in way too deep. Witty is go down, Curse of Blood catches AURORA and he gets blown up by a flicker. Fist crack into a fist break 2 by Wasa. And now, Papara Supermassive, they're gonna walk forward. They're gonna start taking space. Mid tier 1 finally goes down. Now they get more space to breathe on the map. And remember, Shuros, last game we said that, you know, it's Bloodspet and Wasa, they have ways to catch people. And Wasa is sort of like the win condition of getting these flicker engages with the Badang. This game, he definitely has to be that man. Because Bloodspet, he doesn't have the capability to just walk up and catch someone, right? Curse of Blood needs time to channel. But Wasa, he still has the surprise factor. So if anything, if Wasa catches someone, if he catches AURORA and blows him up, the game essentially just skews towards Papara Supermassive. And he has the Winter Crown to help him do that.
Don't forget the interaction between Bloodspet and After Dark. So you got the Carmela and Sicilian combo. You're able to just hold on to the Carmela in your body and throw her out when TURKIYE least expects it. So good conversion right there on the T1 mid. giving a little bit more breathing room for Papara Supermassive, but they're back on that defense. I think banking a little bit too much on that late game Sicilian. Take a look at the stacks. It's still 174, not that much. He got 684 stacks on that Granger, so I really like this from the prod. Able to look at that stacks as well. So you got the Sky Chaser, but no stacks as of yet. Xiao got it a little bit too late or unable to find a kill for himself.
I would say that this is sort of the infinite scaling comp, right? Both your cores can scale to infinity and beyond, and they are just going to get stronger the longer the game goes on, especially after dark. Like, he's about to hit 200 stacks. Like, it's a bit slower than what you would have liked as a Sicilian, but at one point he's going to start two-shotting AURORA and Yehescu, and even Fabian if they get caught. This is going to get more and more dangerous. We'll see how they deal with this Lord take, though. It's not going to be easy for Papara to just walk up.
Yeah, 5,000 gold lead or 5,000 gold behind as Bloodspec tries to look for two members. They need to be able to find AURORA. There's a flank and the conceal AURORA on that back line.
After dark,
they somehow Greedy tries to block him all with that fist crack. He is still blocked out in the middle, but AURORA back on that back line. He's doing so much damage. He goes down as well. 2 down for
Fabian untuk immortal.
Fabian goes down as well. The immortality already popped up. There's 4 members left, and they're leading the charge. The fist crack from Wasa just blocked off. Yehescu wasn't there at all. That was a very good concept, but the execution from Papara Supermassive was just insane. You're able to just cycle this through, though. Yehescu with the crown will be taken out by Xiao, though. You got 20 seconds on the clock.
Wait, they can run it down.
When he spawns up, maybe, just maybe, Aran. Oh, Aran, he's still there. It might be possible though. Husky, what's going on? It's 5 seconds to when he spawns up.
Winter, ya elah. Moji, ya elah mati. Jumawa banget, Iron ketawa anjir. Ketawa guys. Udah mulai panik dia tuh guys, Wasa guys, sumpah.
Oh man, Aran saved the game. He killed off the cannon minion in time because Papara Supermassive, they were using bodies to try and keep that minion alive for as long as possible. Although I would say maybe they should have went for the end. They should have just taken the inhibitor and went straight to Lord. That was the smarter choice. That could have guaranteed them a lead or an advantage in a macro sense. But with the Lord going over to TLID, they essentially just saved themselves from another upset by Papara Supermassive. All things considered, Wasa, again, heroic plays to stop the flank. He couldn't stop the unstoppable force with the fist crack, but he sure as hell was the reason that AURORA and Fabian died. Fabian came up for immortality, tried to use his blazers, gets hit by the fist break, and staggered into the wall and got bursted down. These micro movements from Papara Supermassive are really starting to hurt TLID. But thankfully, TLID has the Lord. They can break on inhibitors and maybe take the win off of that.
Speaking of the Lord breaking already through the perimeters, as Papara Supermassive back on that defense, keeping that Lord at bay. You have After Dark with the Crimson Claws trying to catch any one member at all. You also got Bloodspec readying and holding on to the Curse of Blood. Unable to find anything as of yet. Team Liquid ID from an 8,000 gold lead down to 1,500. That is a huge dismemberance from Papara Supermassive. A successful defense as Team Liquid ID backs off. A huge discipline from them as well.
Nah kalau sampai ke Jumawa juga guys, balikin lagi dah tuh.
Swappings. The only advantage that Liquid ID has is that they have the top inhibitor still standing. So that top wave is going to constantly push in. The problem is, Lord is spawning top side, so you don't really have a long lane advantage. Unless they can somehow sneak away this bottom inhibitor and permanently damage the lane equilibrium of Papara Supermassive. And Run is in this spot. He sees this happening. So some intel given over to TLID. This is not over yet for Papara Supermassive, right? They can definitely come back from this. It was a costly decision just now to try and go for a forced end, but because the Lord is spawning top side, they don't have too much pressure to deal with as long as that bottom wave doesn't get shoved in.
Yeah, like you said, it's just pin drop silence on the battlefield, on the Land of Dawn, as TLID doesn't want to make a move. And Xiao using Rhapsody just to check all that rushes, knows where Aran is at that point. They might not want to contest for this purple buff, but look at where AURORA and Witty are on that flank again.
Yep.
And Papara Supermassive needs to be able to handle and manage those side waves. This has been their Achilles heel the entirety of the group stage run. But now they're all evened out, 12 to 12 kills. The gold lead negligible at this point. And Papara Supermassive might be able to find a way to enter that Lord, but they have all possible potentials for a backdoor approach from Liquid ID.
Liquid ID setting up this Lord pretty well. Bottom wave will only be handled right now. Lord is going to spawn. It's not easy to blitz it down. It's an evolved Lord. This flank angle is nasty, right? If they can pull it off, it's a guaranteed win. Wasa sees it. Lord down a half already. What is their move?
Yep. Thing started out. Fist crack onto Fabian. Go to Winter Crown just to negate the Curse of Blood. Down low. Moji will pick up that kill. But on the back line, Arrow Sheik is trying to deal as much damage as he can. And he has skill. Not enough damage anymore. Down as well. Extreme members down for the side of TURKIYE. The 4 members, Papara Supermassive, they're not playing anymore. They've got damage. They lost Xiao, but after Dark is there. They learned their lesson though. They don't want to follow on through with that engage as they set their sights up on that Lord. Moji goes for that back line, unable to find a kill onto Yeheskill. Get the charge onto Moji, Winter Crown in the nick of time. The last ditch effort to try to take down Witty. Witty buying some time. He's got an immortality. So Moji down, but Yeheskill might. Beacon getting out of the way, but not enough. There's all 5 members making a beeline for that throne. You got 7 seconds till Fabian comes up. I don't think he can do anything. The last game of Group A, Papara Supermassive defied our expectations, defied our predictions, and defied the world as Turkey makes it big. It takes a victory, a clean sweep over Indonesia.
What was that from Papara Supermassive, giving us a full course meal all the way from Turkey? What an upset. We thought that Influence Rage beating Bigatron was an upset, but no. Papara Supermassive taking down TURKIYE in such a fashion. Scrappy fights left, right, and center. Some mistakes from Papara Supermassive that almost cost